It's 4:30. I'd like to start the committee for the zoning and annexation, and we'd like to thank everybody for coming, and we'd like our clerk to take the roll.
Committee Member White, Committee Member Warner,
Present.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom, Citizen Member Kay Farlow, Committee Vice Chair Thomas Morgan,
Present.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis.
President.
I have 5 present.
Okay, thank you. We will now hear bill number 1726, special exceptions, all these special exceptions at 812 Oak Street. Go ahead with the presentation.
Good afternoon, committee members. Tim Staub, zoning specialist for the city of South Bend with offices on the 5th floor. This is Bill 1726 for a special exception by the owners of 812 Oak Street to allow for a 2-unit dwelling on this U1 zoned property. The application intends to build a pre-approved stacked duplex upon the vacant parcel in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. Here is the parcel as it stands now. It is currently vacant. Here is the pre-approved plan the applicant intends to construct. The use of a 2-unit dwelling is consistent with objective H1.1 from the city's comprehensive plan, which is to encourage residential development that contains a mix of housing types, densities, price ranges, and amenities. It is also activating a parcel that once had a house on it, but has been vacant for over 15 years. It is consistent with the neighborhood's low density, as there are several 2- and 3-unit buildings within a few blocks of this parcel, as indicated by those purple marks right there. And then the BZA sends this to you with a favorable recommendation.
Okay. Before we continue, I'd like to record the show that our second citizen member here, Ms. Kay Farlow, has joined us. All righty, do you have a presenter? Thank you.
Hello.
Please state your name and address and continue.
Yeah, good afternoon, all the members. My name is Jose Guevara. I live in the 418 Rosewood Drive, Mishawaka. I own this lot in 812 Oak Street, and the intention is to build a duplex just to take advantage of the vertical construction and to bring affordable rental for the community in the area. Do you have any question? I'm here to answer that.
Thank you. Questions from our committee? Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Guevara. I know you've been with us before. Thank you for this. I just wanted to clarify, you're the owner and the developer? Is that
Yeah,
correct? Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to be working with a couple more guys because this is a huge investment. You know, sometimes you can't land.
Thank you.
Ms. White, anything? Okay, Mr. Troy, what? Any questions? If not, we will now to move to our public hearing. Those who would like to speak, you can have a seat.
Thanks.
We're good. Those who would like to speak in favor of this special acceptance at Oak Street, please come forth and share your thoughts, whether you're online or whether in your present.
At this time, I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in favor.
Okay, thank you. Those who like to speak in opposition to Bill 1726, if you're present with us or you're online, please share your name and address and share your thoughts.
At this time, I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in opposition.
Okay, so seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and then we'll come back to our council for a recommendation for Bill number 1726.
Comment if I may.
Okay, yes, sorry, go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for your continued investment in the community. Nothing's more exciting than seeing small local developers continue to invest. It's also exciting to see you using the city plans. It kind of tells us that we did the right thing by taking the time and the money to put those together. And thanks to the staff for doing that. Thank you. I'll make a recommendation, a motion to send it forward with a favorable recommendation.
Cool. Do we have a second?
I'll
second.
second.
Okay. Would you please take the roll?
Committee Member White,
Aye.
Committee Member Warner,
Aye.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom,
Aye.
Citizen Member Kay Farlow,
Aye.
Committee Vice Chair Thomas Morgan,
Aye.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis.
Aye.
I have all
Yep,
ayes.
all ayes. Thank you. We will now move to bill number 2326, special exception at 2525 Bertrand Street. All right. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I thought you said something.
that
Go
was
ahead,
probably me.
continue.
Good afternoon, committee members. Tim Staub, zoning specialist for the city of South Bend with offices on the 5th floor. This is Bill 2326 for a special exception by the owners of 2525 Bertrand Street to permit a 2-unit dwelling on this property in a U1 zone district. As it stands, this property is vacant. The applicant intends to build a pre-approved stacked duplex on this vacant parcel in the Kennedy Park neighborhood. The use of a 2-unit dwelling is consistent with objective H1.1 from the city's comprehensive plan, which is to encourage residential developments that contain a mix of housing types, densities, price ranges, and amenities. It also is activating a parcel which has no history of any development as far as we can tell. So this is from the 1917 Sanborn, and we hopped forward, and we also used satellite maps. From what we can tell, this lot has never been developed on. And it is also consistent with the, so here's 1917, here's 1960, and then as we went forward. And then it is consistent with the neighborhood's low density. As you can tell, there is another duplex just down the block. And then the BZA sends this to you with a favorable recommendation.
Okay, thank you. We'd like to have a presenter.
They should be online.
Is our presenter online for this particular bill? Again, we are doing bill number 2326. Do we have a presenter online? Pardon me?
Yes, yes, I'm
Yes, we
here. I
do.
was unable to unmute.
Okay, go ahead. Please state your name
Hi.
and your address and proceed with your plans.
Hi,
Summary
yes, I'm Cynthia Mene, representing Homey LLC. The plan is to build a 2-unit family at 2525 Bertrand Street in South Bend, Indiana.
Okay, and what is your address?
25, my personal address?
Yes,
2724 Trader Court West, South Bend, Indiana.
and just give us a little bit more summary about your plans.
Pardon?
Give us a little more of a summary about your plans from your point of view.
Oh, yes. Yes, so our goal is to, create more affordable housing, and we've had a couple with rental property in the past 2 years, and we've seen an increase in high demand. So because of that, instead of, we thought about building on the slots, have had it like for about 2 years, and because of the increase in demand, so we decided to do a 2-family unit affordable home. Instead of providing just one. So I think that's it exactly. If there's any specific question, I'll be happy to answer.
Okay, let's see if there are any other questions. Thank you for that presentation. Any questions that we have from any of our members on this committee?
Yes.
Vice President, Vice Chair, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. Ma'am, you mentioned in your written justification that the duplex is a pre-approved plan. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. We're using
Okay.
the exact plans from the already done by the city.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Councilwoman White.
Yes, just want to ask the developer, again, thank you for your interest and your commitment to our city. Do you see yourself adding an additional units in this area as you move forward?
If I'm able to obtain like more lots in that area, yes, I would love to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Any other questions? Seeing no other questions at this time, we'll move to the public hearing. Those who would like to speak in favor, whether you are here in the chambers or online, please share your name, your address, and share your thoughts.
I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in favor.
Okay, those who would like to speak in opposition, please do likewise.
I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in opposition.
Okay, we will close the public hearing. Any further comments? Any? Not, or do we have anybody's pleasure that they'd like to do? What would your pleasure be?
He's asking for a motion.
Oh,
What's your
I'm sorry,
recommendation?
Would you like to give
Chair,
one?
I'd like to make a motion that Bill 23-26 be sent to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation.
Okay, do we have
I'll
a second?
second.
We have a second. Could you, our clerk, Torado, could you please take the roll?
Committee Member White,
Aye.
Committee Member Warner,
Aye.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom,
Aye.
Citizen Member Kay Farlow,
Aye.
Committee Vice Chair Thomas Morgan,
Aye.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis.
Aye.
All ayes.
All ayes. Great. We now move to Bill number 2426, special exception at 1110 North Huey Street, not too far away. Go ahead.
Good
With our- Mr.
Good
Tim
afternoon,
Stout.
committee members. Tim Staub, zoning specialist for the city of South Bend with offices on the 5th floor. This is Bill 2426 for a special exception by the owner of 1110 Huey Street to permit a 2-unit dwelling on a U1 zone property. The applicant intends to convert an existing single-family home in the northwest, shown here, into a duplex with a basement unit and a ground floor unit. Here are the proposed floor plans for each unit, as well as a site plan for the property. The use of a 2-unit dwelling is consistent with objective H1.1 from the city's comprehensive plan, which is to encourage residential development that contains a mix of housing types, densities, price ranges, and amenities. This conversion will also add additional housing units to the neighborhood in a building that matches the scale and character of its surroundings. The BZA sends this to you with a favorable recommendation.
Okay. Any questions, comments right now? Yes.
So are they're adding a second floor? I couldn't tell from the,
They're going to be adding a rear, and the applicant is online, and they might be able to answer this better than me. But they are going to be adding a extension to the rear to create an entrance basement and convert the basement into a living space.
okay. And then the entrance to the second apartment is the entrance on the side.
It looks like it would be coming off the rear based off of the plans that we
okay.
have. So
Okay.
And the
Couldn't tell
basement-
from this design. Thank you.
Thank you. That basement, in terms of the window down there, they have that emergency window for everything?
the
Yeah?
plans do show a emergency
Egress.
egress available.
Okay,
so.
cool. All right. Thank you. Other questions?
The
That-
applicant is online, so
Pardon me?
the applicant is online for.
I'm at
the,
peace. Thank
presentation.
you. I would like for the applicant to please share their thoughts and state your name, your address, and then share your summary of your plans.
Consuela, if you're,
She's here. We just need to unmute her. It's Consuela Hopkins. Can you speak?
I think there was an issue, I think.
Pardon me?
There was an issue at the BZA with the original connection. I think she'll be able to reconnect in a second.
With her computer?
Yes. So,
Oh.
We'll try to get her back on or something.
Okay,
Are we able to table this?
we can table
until-
this. Motion to table until she
Until
gets
the-
back on?
Can we?
Or do you
I'm-
want
I'm
us to
just
hold for a
asking.
second,
Um,
over a few more minutes?
She's back on.
Okay,
Okay.
cool, I'm at peace. Let's hear her.
Does she have a camera?
And
Yes.
she's unmuted? The joys of technology.
She is, right, yeah,
Pardon me?
you're in control of the.
Miss Consuela, are you able to hear us?
She-
Is she nodding?
Consuela, can you unmute yourself? So she's been given privileges to unmute herself, so we're
Mm.
just asking her to unmute
Mhm.
herself so she can speak. Because she has access.
Can we unmute it for us from on our side? Should. Just tell me how to be.
Okay. Consuela, can you try it now, please?
There we go. Now I have some control over here. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, thank you, Bianca. I'm right here. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience.
Go for it. Just share your summary of first of all, your name and address, and then share a summary of your plans.
All right, I'm Dr. Consuela Hopkins. I'm 2201 Lincoln Way West here in South Bend. And you guys are looking at our plans for 1110 North Huey. And it is a home that sits next to two homes that we already own. It has been that nuisance property in our community. We were finally able to secure the financing to purchase it. And in order to make it make sense for us financially, we do need to make it into a duplex. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. We're leaving where each apartment will have their own personal access and space within their own green space as well.
Okay. Questions, comments? Go ahead. Did you have one? Okay, I thought so. Anybody else have a question, comment? If not, we thank you. And we will now open it up for a public hearing. Those who would like to speak in favor of Bill number 2426, whether you're online or in person, please state your name and address and share your thoughts.
At this time, I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in favor.
Okay, those who are in opposition of Bill number 2426, please share your names, address, and share your thoughts, whether you're online or in person.
I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in opposition.
Okay, then we will thank you for that, clerk, and we will close our public hearing, and we'll come back to our committee for comments or for their recommendation, or both.
Ms. Hopkins, I just want to thank you for your investment. I remember years ago when we had the ribbon cutting for your business on Lincoln Way West. So thank you for your continued investment in the neighborhood. I would like to send Bill 24-26 to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We'd like our clerk Dorado, to please take the roll, please.
Committee Member Warner,
Aye.
Committee Member White,
Aye.
Citizen Member Kay Farlow,
Aye.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom,
Aye.
Committee Vice Chair Thomas Morgan,
Aye.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Thank you. And our last bill for the day here in zoning and annexation is bill number 2526, special exception at 505 and at 507 Blaine Street.
Good afternoon, committee members. Tim Staub, zoning specialist for the city of South Bend with offices on the 5th floor. This is Bill 2526 for a special exception by the owners of 505 and 507 Blaine to allow a 2-unit dwelling on a U1 zone property. As it stands, these 2 lots are vacant. The petitioner intends to build a townhouse style duplex on the parcels in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. The site plan for the development and proposed rendering are shown here. Although there will only be technically one housing unit on each parcel, as a wall between them will be on the lot line, a special exception is still required for attached dwellings in the U1 zoning district. The use of the 2-unit dwelling is consistent with objective H1.1 from the city's comprehensive plan, which is to encourage residential developments that contain a mix of housing types, densities, price ranges, and amenities. These homes will also activate land that has been vacant for a number of years. There were 2 dwelling units upon these lands, and I believe both had been demolished at least 15 years ago. And the buildings will match the scale and character of the surrounding neighborhood. The BZA sends this to you with a favorable recommendation.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Yeah. Comments? That is the presenter online?
I believe they are online. Oh, and one thing I do want to bring up, at the BZA meeting, there was a member of the public that came in that discussed their concern with parking on the street. We have engaged with the petitioner because they are also doing the development of adjacent properties. We've engaged with the petitioner, and we're going to be working with them to solve that quandary that the resident had.
So that's an ongoing process right now, or,
Yes.
or has that been resolved yet?
That is an ongoing process as they develop the properties.
Okay,
So,
but thank you for already initiating that and for making that a part of our record this afternoon.
and then the presenter is online.
I
So,
appreciate that. I would like for the presenter for bill number 2526 to state their name, address, and please provide us a short summary of what they are planning to do with their property in addition to what has already been stated.
Sure. My name is Bennett Bensman. I'm petitioning on behalf of Affordable Home Matters Indiana, address 7004 Bellefontaine Street, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46202. I want to thank staff for support and also thank you committee members for hearing this application. The proposed 2-unit townhome, it does conform with the U1 zoning ordinance and contextual setback requirements. In addition, it is also designed to complement the scale, appearance, and character of the surrounding neighborhood. And it also fulfills the Lincoln Park Revitalization Plan's recommendation to provide a variety of lower density housing choices in the neighborhood. And just to give some specs on the homes, these each unit will be about 1,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Very, very high quality finishes, hard surface siding, vinyl, laminate vinyl plank throughout. So they'll be very, very, very nice homes, added to the Lincoln Park neighborhood, and be willing to answer any questions from the council or the kind of the wider public.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Yes.
I do. Once built, are these homes for sale or rent?
Sorry, I should have added, these are for sale and they are affordable homes, which the company I work for, Intend Indiana, we're in the middle of building up to 92 homes in the Lincoln Park neighborhood, and these are 2 of those those up to 92 units that we'll be building in the neighborhood.
And
Oh,
so
oh,
when you
oh.
say affordable, is it income eligible?
It is.
Okay.
So at least one of these will be for buyers under 80% of the median income. And I believe the other one is between 80 and 120, which is kind of like a workforce income tier.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay, any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Will the unit be sold all together as one, each duplex, or sold separately? I don't understand.
Sorry, they will be sold separately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there'll be two homeownership opportunities with this 2-unit townhome.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
With that, is there a continued plan to handle the maintenance and HOA for the two separate homeowners?
We do have what's called a common wall agreement that does go with the sale and is recorded. And that's kind of the mechanism or the I guess the document, if you will, that kind of governs those kind of HOA like questions.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none right now, we will then we will open the public hearing. And those who'd like to speak in favor of this bill, please come forth, share your name, address, and your thoughts, whether you're in present or online.
At this time, I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in favor.
Those who'd like to speak in opposition, please do likewise.
I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in opposition.
Okay, we will close the public hearing. We will come back to our committee for final comments or a recommendation of both.
I just want to thank you for your continued investment in the city of South Bend. I know you've been building on the west side and really appreciate your commitment.
Thank you, and thank you for the kind of community support that we receive. It definitely helps do the work.
If I may, I will just add, he kind of alluded to this, and I don't know if Mr. Scott wants to chime in as the new community investment director, but this is part of a much larger project, 92 homes. The city, through the redevelopment commission and TIF, is putting in some assistance and support of these. Most of these are on lots that the city has acquired over time and transferred over to Inland, Indiana, and to get this done. It's a 5-year project. We're very excited about it.
Cool. Mr. Scott, are you chiming in or? Okay, all righty. Well, thank you. Now, do we have any recommendation?
I'd like to move that we send Bill 25-26 to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation.
Chair, I would like to second that motion.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
I would like to second that motion.
Okay,
that's been
thank you. The
made.
motion has been seconded. We'd like for our clerk to please give the roll. Take the roll.
Committee Member White,
Aye.
Committee Member Warner,
Aye.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom,
Aye.
Citizen Member Kay Farlow,
Aye.
Committee Vice Chair Thomas Morgan,
Aye.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis.
Aye,
I have 6 ayes.
that is correct. So that will come to us tonight with a favorable recommendation to the Committee of the Whole. Thank you. And
Thank you,
before
Councilman.
we close out, we see all the presenters tonight at 7 p.m. And again, on behalf of our Zoning and Annexation Committee, we'd like to thank Councilman Troy Warner for his time on our committee. And we wish him the best in his new role as Chief of Staff. And we'd like to again welcome Ms. Kay Fowle to our committee. So we leave and we welcome all at the same time. And we note that to our record. Thank you, and we are adjourned.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We are right on time at 5 o'clock. Holy
Definitely.
smokes, that never happens.
Roll it.
Their last meeting.
So our first bill, we'll do a roll call for community investment. I'll take a roll call. Councilmember White,
Present.
Councilmember Bolden Simpson,
Present.
Councilmember Gooden Rogers,
Present.
Citizen Member Upton,
Present.
and do we have Citizen Member Gripe?
Present.
Oh, there he is online. Okay, everybody is present and accounted for. We do have two bills this evening, both related to scrap metal license renewals for the year 2026. We will start with the first one, which is Bill number 2613, resolution to approve the issuances of scrap metal junk dealer recycle operation licenses for calendar year 2026. Welcome, Michelle. Good evening.
Michelle Adams. I'm with the Department of Community Investment on the 5th floor. And I'm here today for Bill number 2613, resolution to approve the issuance of a scrap metal junk dealer recycling operation licenses for calendar year 2026. I've received 3 completed applications from OmniSource located at 1305 Prairie Avenue, Stevie's Enterprise, 3109 South Gertrude, and Paul's Auto Yard located at 3300 South Main Street. In accordance with sections 4-51 of the South Bend Municipal Code, these applications underwent a rigorous multi-departmental review. The process involved the South Bend Police Department, the South Bend Fire Department, Neighborhood Services and Enforcement, the Zoning Department, and Department of Community Investments Project Manager. I'm pleased to report that all properties were inspected and found to be in full compliance with city requirements. Neighborhood Services and Enforcement, along with zoning inspectors, verified that all fencing is in good repair and the exteriors are free of litter, debris, and there are no improperly parked vehicles. Zoning also confirmed these sites are legal non-conforming, allowing their continued use. The South Bend Fire Department ensured that all flammable materials and waste oil are stored in double-line containers with proper secondary containment. Each site maintains 10-foot fire truck lanes, accessible fire extinguishers, and safe welding zones away from combustibles. The project manager verified with both IDEM, the Indiana Department of Environmental Management, and the EPA that there are no active notices of violation of these properties. South Bend Police Department completed background investigations into all applicants to ensure there is no criminal history that may endanger the health, safety, or welfare of the public. All businesses meet safety standards, including the daily electronic reporting to the police and active video surveillance systems. Because all the reviewing agencies have found these properties compliant and all ordinance requirements have been met, I respectfully ask your approval for this resolution to issue these licenses. And I'm happy to answer any questions. We also have our project manager and 2 of our fire inspectors here. Questions?
Okay, thank you. And I think we're doing this, but we're also checking the Secretary of State's
Yes.
site to make sure their business license is
I
still up
do
to
that.
date. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not listed, but,
Sorry, yes, I do verify that and did for all of them.
okay. And so the approval is for the 3, and then the next bill, we've got some that are non-conforming,
Yes,
not compliant, correct?
correct.
Okay. Council members, committee members, questions? Regarding the first bill, which is 2613 on the 3 entities that are in compliance.
You asked the question that I was going to ask.
Okay. Councilmember White.
Yes, Chair, I don't have any questions. Just want to thank everyone from the police, the fire, and also from yourself for really going through all of the different companies that we have before you. The information is very comprehensive, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, seeing no other questions, we'll go to the public. Are there any members of the public wishing to speak regarding Resolution 2613? Anyone in person or online wishing to speak either in favor or against at this time?
I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak in favor.
Okay, thank you. I will reiterate Councilmember White's comment. I know we've been working over the years to kind of make sure all of the entities were in compliance and we're complying with both the state and federal EPA item. And we appreciate all of that work and on that end. Any other further questions or comments regarding 2613?
I make a
Councilmember Gooden
motion that we
Rogers.
send 2613 to the full council with a favorable recommendation.
I have a motion. Is there a second?
Yes, I second that motion.
Thank you. I have a motion for a favorable recommendation from Councilmember Gooden Rogers and a second by Councilmember White. Clerk Torado, can you please take a roll call vote on that favorable motion?
Committee Member Gooden Rogers.
Aye.
Committee Member Bolden Simpson.
Aye.
Citizen Member Kevin Upton.
Aye.
Citizen Member Thomas Gray.
Aye.
Committee Vice Chair White.
Aye.
Committee Chair Warner.
Aye.
All ayes.
Thank you. 2613 will go forward with a favorable recommendation. Now we will move on to 2614, which is the resolution to grant conditional approval of the scrap metal junk license recycling operations licenses of those who are not compliant.
Michelle Adams, Business License Administrator, Department of Community Investment on the 5th floor. I'm here today to request the approval of 4 60-day interim licenses for scrap metal dealers. I received completed applications from the following established businesses: LKQ Pick Your Part Midwest at 1602 South Lafayette Boulevard, Big Bulldog Auto Parts, 3700 South Gertrude Street, Alternative 2, 700 West Chippewa Avenue, and Republic Services at 2500 Green Tech Drive. In accordance with Section 4-51 of the South Bend Municipal Code, these applications underwent the same multi-departmental review I discussed earlier. This process involves the South Bend Police Department, the South Bend Fire Department, Neighborhood Services and Enforcement, the Zoning Department, and Department of Community Investments Project Manager. The reason for the interim license approach is that reviewing departments identified deficiencies that still need to be corrected. However, those deficiencies do not require denial at this time, and the city believes it is appropriate to provide additional time for compliance while preserving the city's enforcement authority. Our review process found that Neighborhood Services and Enforcement and Zoning have cleared all properties as compliant. However, the 60-day window is requested to address the following deficiencies. First, the police department determined that both LKQ and Big Bulldog were unregistered with Leads Online at the time of application. Leads Online is the mandatory system for tracking stolen items that the South Bend Police Department uses. Both applicants have since registered, but the 60-day period ensures they demonstrate consistent reporting before receiving a full license. Republic Services had deficiencies identified by the fire department, namely that they must finalize their annual fire alarm testing and confirm the status of their private fire hydrants. The fire department recommended interim approval for these issues. Alternative 2 had deficiencies identified both by the fire department and the environmental review. Alternative 2 is currently addressing required repairs to their fire suppression system. The fire department recommended an interim grant as appropriate to address these issues. Alternative 2 also has active environmental violations for hazardous tire waste. IDEM has an active enforcement case against Alternative 2, cause number 71C01-1401-PL-000017. The filings in court case indicate that Alternative 2 is taking steps to comply with and remediate the environmental issues. The city's environmental review determined that an interim license grant is appropriate since violations are more technical in nature rather than a human and safety hazard. In summary, we are not recommending full one-year renewals at this time for the 4 identified applicants. Instead, we are asking for these 60-day interim licenses to maintain enforcement and oversight. This ensures that these businesses meet our city's high standards for public safety and environmental responsibility. Again, representatives from the fire department and our project manager are here to help answer any questions you may have. I also wanted to note that we did send all 4 applicants notices of today's committee meeting and the meeting tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Adams. Did you get any response, any calls or communication from the applicants after Senate? So I'll note just for the record here, this bill was filed 2 weeks ago. And after discussion, we decided to, instead of having it that same night, to bring it tonight and allow 2 weeks to have a mailing go out, letting the different businesses know that they were not in compliance and would just be getting 60 days to be in compliance. Did we get any communication back from any of those businesses?
Sure. I had communication from Alternative 2. They sent over one of their court orders that they had. And then we also received another notice showing that they have complied with their first reports to IDEM to show that they have removed, it was a very large quantity of tires, to let us know that they are complying with that order.
Okay, thank you. Got one more topic I want to kind of touch before I bring it to the whole committee. This is actually based on a question that Councilmember White asked earlier, and I'm going to kind of ask, this is to Attorney Throw and to Attorney Palmer. So so we're giving them 60-day window here to come into compliance. At the end of that 60 days, kind of two-parter, if they don't come to compliance, what happens? And if they do come in compliance, what happens? Does it come back to the council for approval for the full year renewal? If they're in compliance, or what happens at that point?
Sure. So as the business license administrator, in writing, I will send to the Common Council our final recommendation based on whether or not the applicants have complied. If they have complied, we will ask for your approval, your final approval. It does not require a new resolution, however. So if council approves, then we will issue the licenses. If it comes back that they have not complied and we decide to deny at that time, then that does not go to council either. We will send a denial notice, and then the applicants will have the right to contest those denials and be heard in front of a hearing officer.
Okay, Mr. Palmer, is that your understanding and interpretation?
That is not my interpretation of the ordinance. I agree that if they don't comply, they're automatically denied and then they have to go through the appeal process. However, my reading of the ordinance is that before any full license can be granted, it has to come back to the Common Council by resolution.
Okay. Ms.
That's
Attorney Throw.
Good afternoon. Jenna Throw, City Attorney with offices on the 6th floor of City Hall. There was some discussion about this topic during shortly before and during the zoning committee meeting. And to Council Attorney Palmer's point, if council wished that the interim licenses came back to council by way of a resolution, that is a substitute that we are prepared to make in place of the representations about the process that Ms. Adams described.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Jenna.
Now I will, I know we got lots of questions, probably 9 questions. I'm going to start down on that end and we'll just work our way down. Councilmember Gooden Rogers.
Okay, so my question is, so now will they just tell you that they're in compliance, or is that requires a new inspection to be done?
Sure. So we will do monthly inspections through IDEM. We will have our project manager reviewing the IDEM records. With the fire department, we will have them do follow-up inspections to ensure that they're complying.
And one more question. So doing, if it should be that it was denied, then do they keep operating while they appeal, or do they have to stop operations?
I believe we can have them stop operations if it's an endangerment to the public.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Bolton Simpson.
One of them, thank you, President. One of them was unregistered with the, I think it was two of them.
With Leads Online, yes.
Yes, and I'm just concerned, how long were they unregistered? Were they registered? And do you have any idea? And how is this happening that they're just not registering?
Sure. So in the past, so over the last couple years, as we all know, we have been doing a bigger dig into these to make sure that everyone's compliant. And this was one of the areas that was missed. Our police department did not have a task force at that time that was reviewing those Leads Online registries.
Okay.
I did meet with them, and they now have a task force in place that is verifying the requirements that are set forth by the police department. And that is something that they will, again, follow up with in those 60 days.
So this will be a part of the process to get a license,
Yes,
that
it
task
is.
force?
Yes, it is.
Because it just seems a little almost blatant. We're just not going to register. I'm concerned about that.
They are registered. As soon as I notified them, they both registered. We just now need to confirm that they're going to comply and log their transactions.
And log, okay. So
Thank you.
now-
Dr. Davis.
In terms of the 60 days, how was that established for the 60-day period?
Per
for both-
ordinance.
So that's for, they get twice? They get 160 days and they get another 60 days?
And we're just asking for 60 days
Oh, so you get only 160 days, correct?
at this
I
time.
thought,
Yes,
for
yeah.
some reason, I thought it was, you heard
I believe
said,
we can ask for an extension if we feel as if they're making progress towards complying. We could ask for an extension.
And you just answered, Councilwoman Ophelia Gooding Rogers. You said, I believe that was the question. Will they be shut down? You said if they are a hazard to the community, why would they not be shut down immediately?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
if they're non-compliant.
I know for me,
yeah.
if I'm licensed by the state and I had to do it last month, if once that day comes, I can't operate it. All my jobs send that to me. I can't practice if I don't register that day after all my years. Cannot practice that next day if I'm not registered.
Our ordinance allows us to inform them that they have to stop operating.
So they could, and how will we enforce that?
I believe by monitoring. We would have people go out and monitor. We could have our neighborhood services enforcement and our police department.
Do they have a procedure for shutting that down that we are aware of?
It's through our legal department by sending a notice to them along with the denial notice. It informs them that they have to shut down.
Cease and desist?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. President Lee.
How does a organization that specializes in scrap metal not register with the state and become uncompliant? So this is your job, and these businesses are pretty much, this is what they do. And with us issuing licenses every year, how would they not know to be registered?
That's a good question. So in the ordinance, it doesn't specify Leads Online specifically. It specifies that they have to utilize what the South Bend Police Department uses for their tracking of stolen items. Again, in the past, the task force, and I was not aware of this, that it wasn't being verified. So when it came to light, then we've ensured that they are checking on that now. One of these companies does register, it's just not with what our South Bend Police Department uses.
Okay.
So we want them to use, because our ordinance specifies they must use what our South Bend Police Department utilizes.
Okay.
Thank you. Vice President Skotsky.
Well, thank you. For the fire department on the suppression system, that's an entirely private suppression system. Is that correct? And if we're talking fire hydrants and they attempt to order parts, I'm assuming they're not operating. Sometimes those can be hard to find depending on how they're dated.
Yeah, so Assistant Chief and Fire Marshal Derek Urquhart, South Bend Fire Department, office at 1222 South Michigan Street, South Bend, Indiana. So yes, essentially when we're doing these inspections, we've been out there numerous times. So the fire protection systems, we're just trying to make sure that they're doing their annual stuff. So if they've got a fire alarm, that needs to be tested annually. Same thing with sprinkler system. We did run into some violations they had with at both properties, the 700 West Chippewa. They have actually come into compliance. We were just waiting on paperwork confirmation. So it was kind of like a verbal that they addressed some of the things that were left as an open deficiency, what we would say. But those have been completed. And so we were just waiting for that paperwork in hand to say that there's been proof that they've been done. The other one with 2500 Green Tech, I actually have a full report. They were compliant going into the winter. Their system is a dry system, so a little bit different because it's exposed to the temperatures. So they kind of had a failure of their system because it's a dry system. So freezing weather conditions, they ended up having some issues. So what we do to overcome that is we also place them on fire watch. So they've been on fire watch, but like I said, they were compliant in November. They just had some stuff with the weather come up. So they're just trying to work through some of that process right now. That's why we recommend with the 60 days, you know, what we like to see is it's scheduled. You have a contractor hired, somebody to come out, take care of the issues, and then time with all these service providers. It's just scheduling, you know, they're all busy and backed up. So enough time to give them to make the repairs. The private fire hydrants, this is a little bit something different that we've been doing this year. What I found when I came into the fire marshal's office was that we did not have a good tracking system for the private fire hydrants in the city of South Bend. There's over 700, so there's a lot of properties that are affected. So that's, the city doesn't maintain those. Those were put in purposely onto our property because they required them. So we're trying to get caught up and make sure owners are aware if they do have private fire hydrants to get them tested. We have found some that have failed on different properties. Same thing with these two. I think each property has one. So we're just waiting for paperwork once again to make sure that those hydrants are tested.
And just one last question. Thank you for answering that. Is the requirement for the scrap metals, regardless of the size, for the private fire hydrants required by the state?
So private hydrants come into place usually when a property or a new building is built. So as we do building plan review with any building that's going to be built, if they have a sprinkler system, a fire hydrant is required within 100 feet of the fire department connection. So that's usually what stipulates when a private fire hydrant needs to be put onto a property. Yeah.
Okay, Councilmember Thomas Morgan.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I heard that at the end of the 60 days, they will either be declined or recommended for approval back to council. If you had also mentioned that there's a possibility of them to extend or maybe have another 60-day renewal. How does that process work and how is that determined? Is that determined, is it at their request? Is that determined by you? Does that come to council for a continuation?
So it would be determined by the business license administrator with obviously discussions with all other reviewing agencies that are involved. And I'm sorry, this is kind of the first time we've done this. I'm not too sure if the interim would go to council or to a resolution or if it's something
Okay.
that I can just do.
Mr. Taylor, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's Adam Taylor, and I'm on the City of South Bend, sixth floor, City Hall. So the current draft of that resolution, the proposed resolution says upon a showing of substantial progress, Common Council may by further resolution grant a 60-day extension. So the intent was to present it.
Come back, so it
Okay.
comes back to council
Yes.
to,
Thank you
to,
for that clarification. I did
Sure.
see that
to
and
do a
just want to make
second,
sure.
second approval of potentially 60 days or a longer approval once, if they are in compliance.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember White.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
All right. It's good to be at the end down there.
It sure is.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Palmer, yes.
Just to clarify, if the applicant appeals, the order revoking the license is stayed unless there is an imminent and serious threat to the public health or safety. I believe that's pretty much what Michelle said, but I have the ordinance in front of me and just wanted to make sure you had the absolute correct reading.
Thank you. Words matter. We'll go to our citizen members. Any questions online, Mr. Gripe? Okay, so we'll go to the public at this time. Any members of the public wishing to speak regarding Resolution 2614, either in person or online? Anyone in favor or against? Anyone with an opinion wishing to speak?
I do not see any members of the public in person or online wishing to speak.
Okay, I'll bring it back to council members. We've got, okay, Councilmember Gooden Rogers.
Yes, I have one more question, because I'm reading the resolution here and it says an issuing of a conditional. So are we granting a conditional license or are we not
We're-
granting anything at all?
We would be granting a conditional 60-day license.
60 days, that's what, okay, that's
Correct,
what I want to know.
yes. Dr. Davis.
In terms of that heritage situation, the Heritage Iron situation, how would this have applied to them? Because we found them in, in violation. And so if we find them in violation and we say, no, you just said something about, could you restate what you said? Because you made a statement there you wanted us to be clear about. If something is in violation, and then how would that be handled? Because they challenged us, they challenged the ruling, and then went to court and all that kind of stuff. So how would that
It's a
handle?
little different.
They would have to request a hearing with the mayor's office. And while that decision is being made, their operations can continue unless there is a.
Can't?
Yes, they proceed as they've been going. Unless there is an imminent and serious threat to the public health or safety, in which case Michelle's office would take steps to shut him down.
Okay. Mr. Taylor, do you have to add on that?
Yes, and honorable council members, Adam Taylor again, sixth floor, City Hall. The intent, and I won't speak for Michelle on the factual findings here, but the nature of the violations as she discussed them in her introduction of this were such that these businesses presented a more compelling case for a conditional grant versus an outright denial because there was a demonstration of compliance and the nature of the violations wasn't so much that it presented an immediate risk to the public. You heard a reference to the environmental concerns, and we had an environmental review that discussed the nature of those item violations, didn't find them to be an immediate risk to the public, and the environmental representative for the city could better describe that, but that's a material difference in contrast from the U.S. scrap situation, where those presented a much more grave concern for the public health.
And the U.S. scrap situation was a denial. It wasn't a violation. It was a new license they had to renew because the license has expired. And if I remember right, that was a complete denial of a license from the start. Correct?
That's correct. And maybe I misunderstood the question, but
That's
that is
okay.
correct.
No, I'm listening. I hear what you say.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So Any other questions, comments, thoughts? So this would be a temporary interim granting of the licenses to allow them to become compliant. And it sounds like from piecing together, all four have started to work on that and to become compliant, and we just need to confirm.
Gotcha. So when you make your motion, I know I'm in the committee, thank you for allowing me to talk. Will you be asking for the substitute to what she said to in terms of this? Because she said they're willing to make a substitute tonight. Are you asking for the substitute for that one?
No, I think, Ms. Throw, you want to clarify that?
Sure. Based on the comment that I gave earlier regarding the substitute that we plan to file
Yes.
once the committee is completed, I can share that language with the committee so that you have a sense of what we're looking at. Do you have the copy of the resolution?
Oh, the resolution.
I just want to accurately state which section we're replacing. In place of the section that currently talks about the business license administrator giving written notice to council, we would be filing a substitute that states, upon written notice to the common council from the business license administrator that the conditions set forth in section 2 of this resolution have been fully satisfied for an applicant, the common council may approve a full license for an applicant by resolution as set forth in section 4-51 of the South Bend Municipal Code. And so that's the language that we're anticipating putting into the substitute that reflects what I mentioned earlier to Councilmember Warner, that we will be changing it so that the full license is approved by a resolution.
So that comes back to us then from that standpoint.
That'll be
Correct,
filed
yes.
as soon as we get out of here and I get on my computer.
So what my request would be that there be no recommendation on this bill. We'll have a substitute for 7 p.m.
I can live with that.
That language.
My piece.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Councilmember Bolden Simpson. You're welcome.
We have decided that it is going to.
Correct, yes, it is, and so that's what the substitute will very clearly state.
Gonna come back to us. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I didn't have-
Yep, that's okay.
Okay.
I want to make sure that, again, I'm trying to walk through this very slowly and in steps, so we're all on the same page. Okay, so at this time, I would entertain a motion to send Resolution 2614 forward to the 7 p.m. hour with no recommendation.
Second.
Second.
So
I moved to send the bill forward with no recommendation. What is
Thank you.
it, 26?
Second.
So I have a motion from Councilmember Bolden Simpson to send the bill forward with no recommendation and a second on that motion. And we will then deal with the substitute. Actually, President Lee will in the resolutions portion of the 7 p.m. meeting. Clerk Dorado, could you please take a roll call on that motion?
Committee Member Bolden Simpson,
Aye.
Committee Member Gooden Rogers,
Aye.
Citizen Member Kevin Upton,
Aye.
Citizen Member Thomas Gray,
Aye.
Committee Vice Chair White,
Aye.
Committee Chair Warner,
Aye.
all ayes.
Thank you. That bill will go with no recommendation. We'll look for the substitute. I do want to thank you for your patience through that and through working all that and your work over the last couple of years to kind of make sure everybody is in compliance and doing what they're supposed to be doing and making all the extra checks. Thank you very much, Ms. Adams. It is appreciated. And with that, we will adjourn the Community Investment Committee. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And just a quick informal meeting. We'll have our invocation. Do we have an invocator for tonight? Okay, all right. Pledge of allegiance to the flag, roll call, reports from subcommittee on minutes on April 27, 2026. Special business, special resolution recognizing May as ALS Awareness Month. Reports from city offices, we'll have a report on the Unity Gardens from Sarah Stewart. We'll do our committee of the whole, bills on third reading, our resolutions, bills on first reading, unfinished business, new business, privilege of the floor, and adjournment. Thank you all. We'll see you at 7 o'clock.